Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. Good evening. You thought I was gonna say good morning, didn't you? I've had such a strange day. I actually ended up working out like this afternoon, and you guys know I always work out first thing, and if I don't work out first thing, usually it doesn't happen. But I don't know, I just got like swept up with some work or whatever, and then it was like lunchtime, I had lunch, and I was like, I have to work out today. So I went to the gym, I did a light workout, because I never ever work out as hard alone as I do with my trainer. I know I'm not the only one. Anyway, so I worked out, came home, I showered. Now I'm just gonna do my evening skincare routine. I'm just gonna probably have some dinner and then watch some TV and hit the sack. So we're at the end of my day and I have a really busy, fun week ahead of me. I was just gonna say fun, but I actually have an MRI tomorrow, so that's not fun. That's not fun. But I have an MRI tomorrow, but then I have a Loewe event, I've got a Prada event. Anyway, more to come on that. But I have some really exciting news to share with you. So I was just, like I said, I was just gonna start my evening skincare routine. And because I've got all of these events coming up or whatever, I wanted to use some of my very best skincare. And you guys know how much I love RéVive. I've got my arsenal of RéVive here, but RéVive is having a huge sale starting today, June 18th. It's going through June 28th, and they're kind of having these specials all throughout these 10 days. So I wanted to break it down for you guys. So from June 18th, today, the day that the sale is starting, to June 21st, they are running a few specials. So first things first, their Discovery set is marked down 50%, so it's $49. So if you are maybe new to RéVive, you're not really sure where to start, I would definitely recommend the Discovery set. I can't believe it's $49. But in the Discovery set, you do get some of their Moisturizing Renewal Cream and their Rescue Elixir Oil. I love these guys. You get 5 mils of the Rescue Elixir Oil and you get 10 mils of the Moisturizing Renewal Cream in this Discovery set. And they just work so well together. And whenever I have like a big week ahead of me, I use this combination among some other things, but I definitely use those two. So I definitely recommend that Discovery set if you're looking for like a place to jump into RéVive. I think that's a really good place to start. The Moisturizing Renewal Cream does have glycolic acid in there. I just want to mention that because I have very sensitive skin. So this is not a product that I use every night. At most, I'd say I use it maybe twice a week. So I did just want to mention that in case you have sensitive skin. But I know many of you love glycolic acid, and this is very gentle. So it does work for me. So anyway, back to the sale. So June 18th to the 21st, the Discovery set, 50% off. They're also offering 25% off the Rescue Elixir Oil and the Moisturizing Renewal Cream. I am actually holding up the old jar of this because I'm still working through it, but they have like an upgraded version of this. This is the upgraded version of the Rescue Elixir Oil. So anyway, 25% off with the code RVUTB25. And I'll put all of this on the screen. I'll put everything down below in the description box. I'll also probably pin a comment because you guys can see that very easily. So 25% off with that code for the first part of the sale, the 18th to the 21st. Afterwards, if you've missed that, you can still get 20% off with the code RVUTB2020. So have no fear, but you can get 25% off if you jump on it, or 20% off for the remainder of the sale, which ends again on the 28th. What they're also offering, which is another product of theirs that I love. This is the Firmatif neck cream with an SPF 15. This is 30% off today, June 18th on Amazon. So again, I will link to it down below in my description box. I will leave all the information down there for you. But 30% off of this is absolutely incredible. This is such a phenomenal neck cream. It's really great for like firming and tightening, not just your neck, but like all the way down to your décolleté, right? Like bring your neck cream all the way down. Very helpful. So I wanted to mention that sale as well. So RéVive is also having like a community private sale, if you will. So I'll leave a link to this community private sale page down below in my description box, but you can save up to 50% off of some legacy products. So if you spend $450 or more, you can save 50%. And the code for that is RVUTB50. And throughout the sale, so from June 18th to the 28th, you can save 30% off of legacy products if you spend $300 or more. So just some phenomenal deals to be had. These are the deepest discounts you'll see on RéVive Skincare all year round. So I definitely encourage you to take advantage of it to stock up on your favorites. Again, if you're new to RéVive, this is a great time to try some stuff out. So anyway, I'm gonna put on the Moisturizing Renewal Cream, and then I'm gonna put on the Firmative Neck Renewal Cream, SPF 15, and I'm bringing it all the way down. And then the Rescue Elixir Oil is the last step, because what it does is it just sort of locks moisture in. It creates this like really nourishing barrier for your skin. So I use about 1-2 pumps, and this just has such a rich texture. Do you see that? It's like no other oil I've ever used. And I just like to warm it up, kind of press it onto my skin. And even though it's incredibly rich, it doesn't feel super thick or greasy. It just makes my skin feel really, really well nourished. And this upgraded Rescue Elixir Oil and their Moisturizing Renewal Cream feature AI-assisted protein screening technology based upon the Nobel Prize-winning science that RéVive is known for. So essentially, they include an ingredient based on Nobel Prize-winning science, elevated by Nobel Prize-winning technology. So some of my favorites that I'm definitely going to be re-upping on during this sale is their Soleil Supérieur. This is an SPF 50. I love this. It has one of the best textures for an SPF 50. It's so smooth. It's so silky. It just glides right on and never interferes with my makeup, so I love that SPF. And I also love their under eye illuminator. This is a great under eye cream, and it just has like a little bit of like highlighting bits. I think I'm pretty much done with this and this Soleil Supérieur, which is so sad. So I need to definitely re-up on that. I'm gonna re-up on my face polish, which I'm sorry, I'm pointing to my shower because it's in there. I just used it. It is a great physical exfoliant. It's so amazing. It's so gentle, but so thorough. I love it. And don't forget to check my description box down below for all of the details, because I know I threw a lot at you guys. There's a lot going on during this sale, but these are the deepest discounts that you're gonna see all year round. And a big thank you to RéVive for working with me on this portion of the video. I'm so excited for the sale. I'm so excited for you guys. If you have not tried RéVive, I'm really excited for you to give them a shot. All right, I'm gonna get dressed, just finish getting ready, have some dinner, hit the sack, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, everyone. I am getting an MRI this morning. I've been having problems with my shoulders. What is it? It could be frozen shoulder, it could be arthritis, I could have hurt it lifting. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but it seems to not come and go. It's like always there, but just some days are worse than others. I don't know what that means. At one point it was both of my shoulders, but it's mainly my left. Anyway, I've talked about this before in my vlogs, and I've actually gotten an x-ray and they did find some arthritis, but I'm like, I don't think it's just that. Anyway, we wanted to get an MRI because it started showing up here also. Not as bad in this shoulder, but yeah, anyway. And then I'm like, it's probably frozen shoulder, but I don't want to assume, so I'm getting an MRI. And may I just slip in a PSA here. So a couple days ago, I went and got my nails done. And for the first time, I was like, I think I want to do a cat eye. She puts down the cat eye polish, right? And then she takes out a little magnet and she can start moving around like the little pieces in the cat eye nail polish. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then, I don't know, there was like this little voice in my head and I was like, wait a second. I'm getting an MRI later this week. I feel like this could be a problem because you're not no nothing. So I actually looked it up on Google. Are cat eye nails a problem for MRIs? And it says yes, it can absolutely be a problem for MRIs. And I was like, oh my God. So if you're planning on getting an MRI, don't get any metallic nail polish. Just FYI there. That's my PSA. No metallic nail polish if you're gonna get an MRI. Tonight, I'm going to a Loewe party. So Loewe opened up a boutique at Crystals. So exciting. And then they're taking us out to dinner at Delilah, which is back at the Wynn. So the Loewe that I go to, and the only Loewe that existed in Vegas, was at the Wynn. And so now this boutique that they've opened up at Crystals is the second location. And so we're gonna be at Crystals for the store opening, and then we're gonna get transported over back to the Wynn to go to Delilah for dinner. So I'm excited for that. I actually haven't been to Delilah since they first opened. I went with Risa of Risa Does Makeup. Like, I don't even know when they opened. It feels like 1,000 years ago, but maybe 4 or 5 years ago. All I remember was they don't allow phones in there, so I don't know, or like any recording or whatever. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to vlog once I'm inside there. But I wore my gold Prada headband. Do you guys remember that? It's a headband and it had all these, it's like covered in crystals and it's gold color. I do remember wearing that. Wearing that to Delilah the first time I went, the first and only time I went. But anyway, that's happening tonight. And then, yeah, some more fun stuff over the weekend. I'm hoping to see Lori Hill this weekend. We may go shopping. She wants to go to H&M and get some clothes. And I'm like, I would like to tag along. So we'll see if our schedules match up. Anyway, I'm just rambling. I've got to, what time is it? Oh, I've got about a half hour before I have to leave for my MRI. But yeah, I'm gonna make some breakfast, take care of Butters. Right now, she's just resting on the couch. Just sweet girl. She's so cute. So that's that. All right, I'm going to, yeah, get myself together and head on out to that MRI. Okay, MRI is done. Did not take as long as I thought it would. It was about a half hour total. I got a little dizzy in there, and I've only ever had one other MRI where I had to go in for my torso. I can't even remember what it was for. I think it was actually for my head many moons ago. But any other MRIs I've had have been for my knees. And so my body, like my head, is left out of the machine. So anyway, I got like a little dizzy in there. So when, you know, it was for both of my shoulders. So when after she did the first one and before she did the second one, I had to come back out or whatever. I had to sit up for a little while. But other than that, it was fine. I mean, it's an MRI. I have another PSA for you ladies out there. Sorry, I'm thirsty. I'm grabbing a seltzer. She asked if I had any patches on. And I said, yeah, I have my estrogen patch. And she's like, oh, okay, you're gonna have to remove that. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I have to. I was like, I have to save it though. She was like, oh, okay, you can just like, she's like, I'll give you a place to like leave it. You guys, it does not stick back on. And I would not normally have a problem with any of this, except there's an estrogen patch shortage going on. I was like, I cannot spare an estrogen patch. And in fact, the last time I went to go pick up, oh my God, this is a whole nother thing. But the last time I went to go pick up my refill for my estrogen patches, I went to Costco. My doctor had written me a script for a 3-month prescription. My insurance does not cover 3 months. I don't know what is the difference. I don't know why. They only cover month by month. Okay, great. So I say, because she gave me the total when she gave me the 3 boxes, and I was like, that sounds like a lot. I don't know, it was like almost, I don't know, $300, I guess $100 a box. And I was like, that sounds like a lot. She was like, yeah, you're insured. So she told me the whole thing. And I was like, okay, well, can I just get one? She said yes. She's like, but I just want to just warn you. She's like, when you come back next month for your box, for your refill, she's like, there's a very good chance that we will not have any because there's a shortage. And I was like, so I have to choose between, because if I just got that 1 month, which is what I ended up doing, it was $0. My insurance covered all of it. Great, which they should. I'm like, so I have to choose between the possibility of not having my estrogen patches next month and paying $300 right now. So anyway, I was like, oh, okay. I was acting a little crazy about the estrogen patch at the MRI. But just another PSA, if you are wearing an estrogen patch and you have to get an MRI, maybe schedule it for the day that you have to switch your patch out anyway. Because I went to go stick my patch back on, it doesn't stick. It's not sticky anymore. So now I have to like find some medical tape or I don't know, use Band-Aids, something to keep this baby on for another 2 days. Okay, I just did a quick Google search. I was like, what's the best way to like reattach an estrogen patch that's lost its stickiness? And it said just use a new one because you don't want to just stick it down with adhesive tape or medical tape or a Band-Aid or whatever, because it's probably not going to deliver the estrogen properly. But I don't know what to do because I'm going to run out of patches then. And there's already a shortage. I don't know what to do. Okay, I think I'm going to just try and stick it down. Don't listen to me. Don't do this. But I think I'm going to try and stick it down with something. Oh, God. So I'm getting ready for the Loewe event tonight. I am going to put a little bit of curl in my hair. And, you know, I'm going back to my GHD flat iron, which I have been loving, but I was just testing out the T3, I think this is called the Air 360. It's kind of like a Dyson. So let me just show you. This is the base, and then here are the attachments. It is just like the Dyson Airwrap, acts the same way. It has actually two of these attachments, like one for curls that go this way, one for curls that go that way. You know, I don't know what it is about the Dyson Airwrap and this guy. Like, I can get a decent curl to my hair very quickly, very easily. It's almost like it changes the texture of my hair a little bit. Like, my hair just looks so much fluffier. Maybe it's because of all the air that's being used, instead of something like this, which is just heat. So I don't know. It's you know, not as easy to use, but I just like it a little bit better, at least for this hair. When I had unbleached, just natural hair, when I used this, it didn't really work, and the Airwrap was better. So yeah, just kind of depends, I suppose. But anyway, wow. A really long way of saying I'm just gonna be using my GHD to put a little bit of wave and curl into my hair for tonight. I am always so shocked and impressed at how quickly this flat iron heats up. It's like literally less than 10, see, it's already heated up less than 10 seconds. I am getting better at this. Practice definitely makes better, and I am realizing that I need to grab less hair in the chunks. I was just trying to grab like just too much hair. I was being lazy. I was grabbing too much hair at a time, and it really just, it doesn't work. It doesn't work as well. So I really don't know what I'm gonna wear tonight. I don't have a ton of different Loewe shoes, so I may not be able to wear Loewe shoes, which is totally fine. But I don't know if I'm gonna wear like a skirt or pants. I did, oh my God, did I tell you guys this? I think I completely forgot to tell you guys, but I did a little bit of self-tanning. I did, because if you guys caught my road trip vlog, my friends Sarah and Haley were here, and Haley is a big self-tanner. She talked me into getting this Loving Tan 10-minute express. So I just did that, and I've already screwed up. Look at my hand. I've already screwed up, but can you see like my neck is darker than my foundation? So I'm definitely gonna have to use some sort of bronzing type agent if I wear foundation tonight. I may just put on that Sisley Glow Primer and use that as my base and call it a day, because that primer, not like it has enough coverage in there, but it has a little bit of tint in there that I think gives me like kind of a faux tan. So I think I'm just gonna wear that tonight. Okay, doing this with my left hand and looking in the mirror really kind of screws me up. So I didn't get crazy with the self-tan. I basically just did my arms, like my neck and my chest. I got as much like on the back of my shoulders as I could, and then my legs, basically just up to like my butt. I'm like, I'm not getting into a bathing suit or anything, so I don't think I need to, you know, do everywhere. So that's all I did. And then I actually left it on for 20 minutes, because I'm like, I'm so pale. I left it on for 20 minutes, and then I just rinsed myself off, and then it's been developing. And I like the color, don't just like ignore this mistake, but I like the color of it. It has a really nice like base color to it. It's a little bit, actually put more on this. Can you see? I put more on this arm. Such an amateur, but I put more on this arm by accident. But I don't know if you can see, it has a little bit of, I don't know, like redness to the undertone. So it looks like I've actually been in the sun. But yeah, it's a little bit blotchy. Oh well, but I did use like a mitt and all that stuff. I don't know, I'm just not very good at it, but I guess much like curling my hair, if I just keep doing it, it'll probably get a lot easier. I was trying on those Zimmerman outfits in my last vlog, and they were shorts, so you could see my legs, and I was like, wow, 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 wow. So freaking pale. You know what I forgot to do? Oh well, it's too late now, but I forgot to put some heat protection in my hair. I will definitely put some oil in my hair when I'm done, but oh, I forgot. Can't believe I forgot. But I've been loving that Orbe heat protection spray. It's meant to be sprayed onto dry hair. Sorry hair, I'm just like frying you. Okay, curling is done. I'm gonna throw in some of the Orbe hair oil. 2 pumps, we'll start there. I was thinking about going to a running class tomorrow morning, so I'll have to wash and redo this to my hair tomorrow for tomorrow evening's event, which is at Prada. I mean, I don't have to curl it, but I'm definitely gonna have to wash my hair tomorrow. It's time anyway. Does that look okay? It's okay. I have this one big curl there. I don't know what happened there. Okay, whatever. Let me figure out what I'm gonna wear. Okay, I'm leaning towards either wearing my asymmetric skirt, which you guys have seen me wear 1,000 times, or this sort of like wrap front baggy, they're supposed to be cropped, they're not cropped on me, pants. You know, Loewe is one of those funny brands where I feel like I have a lot of bottoms from them, but in terms of like blouses, I don't have any like button front shirts for them. I have a bunch of sweaters that I can't wear. It's much too warm for that. We're actually going through an excessive heat wave right now. Okay, this is all I could come up with, you guys. So this is the crop shirt. I actually had to go and iron it because it was a little too wrinkly, but I don't think it makes a difference. I put the trousers on, and then I didn't have any Loewe shoes that were, I don't know, that worked. So I was trying all these other shoes. I've got my Chanel loafers out and my Prada flats or whatever, but they're too like labeled, and I'm like, that feels weird if I'm going to a Loewe event. So I put on my Alive flats, but at least they're kind of plain, you know? And then I have one of my favorite Loewe bags. That took a while too for me to decide which one to carry. But I want my hands free because like at the store, it's like a cocktail thing. So yeah, I want to have my hands free. So anyway, this is it. I wanted to be comfortable as well. But I'm starting to run out of time, so I'm gonna go downstairs and put on some makeup. Sorry, I thought I was recording. I just put on the Sisley Glow Primer. I was hoping it was gonna have enough of a tint in there to kind of get my face to match my neck because of the self-tanner, but I think my neck is still a little bit deeper, so I'm gonna go in with some bronzer. I've got the Marc Jacobs bronzer in Fair, number 10, and I guess I'll just brush this kind of lightly all over. I think that did the trick. All I have time for, because yes, I have 3 minutes until leaving time. I think I'm just gonna put on a bright lip. I've got the Lisa Eldridge that I've been loving. Got the Sicily. Maybe I think I need something a little bit more sheer. The Chanel Rouge Coco Flash to the rescue. I've got shade number 60, which is Beat. This is perfect. I am also going to throw on some of this Lisa Eldridge. I probably don't need it because that Sicily primer is quite glowy, but I love, love, love this balm. It's so good. So good. I'm also going to bring this too. Yeah, it's got a mirror in there, so I'm going to bring this. All right, we're off to Loewe. guys, good morning. I have so much to tell you from last night, but I'm rushing right now because I'm gonna go pick up Lori and we're gonna go to Town Square here, which is like an outdoor mall, because we want to go to H&M. Did I mention this to you guys? I can't remember, I apologize. We want to go to H&M and there's a bunch of other stores there. Maybe we'll go someplace else, like we may stop at Sephora or whatever. There's also Old Navy, like across the way from there. So I'm just like now thinking out loud, like of all the other places that we can go. There's Ulta, which we can stop by. There used to be a Saks off Fifth. That's one of the ones that closed. I think we're just gonna, you know, walk around or whatever. Barnes and Noble is there, which I always like to stop in at. I don't know if Lori's gonna wanna stop in. But anyway, so I'm just sitting here getting ready. I think maybe tomorrow I will just sort of fill you in on what happened last night, but I just had such a great time at Loewe, at Delilah, which was the dinner that they took us to afterwards. It was just so nice. And it was so nice because, yes, I mean, the boutique is gorgeous and I did get a pair of shoes, which I'll show you later. That was fun. The new collection is really beautiful. It was great to see my SA, Tilly. Yeah, and dinner was absolutely phenomenal. But of course, what made this evening so great was I met three amazing women. So two of them were there together, you know, as friends. And then the third woman that I met, she is another client of Tilly's. And Tilly was like, oh, I've been wanting to introduce the two of you or whatever. And I was like, oh, great, you know. I mean, incredible. All three of these women were so interesting, could hold a conversation. We all had a lot in common. Well, obviously we were there for our love of Loewe, but we all love like dining out. We all love, you know, shopping, traveling, like all the things. So it was just such a fun evening because we were there for a long time. The event started at 5 o'clock. We were, you know, at the store for a couple of hours. Then we went over to Delilah for dinner and we didn't leave until 11. You guys, that is a late night for me. So yeah, I didn't get home until like 12, go to sleep at like 1. It was just a super late night for me. So anyway, I've been running around this morning trying to like catch up and do all the things that I wanted to do today because I got a late start and I was going to go to a workout class this morning. I'm glad I didn't sign up because I turned off my alarm and I slept in for me. So anyway, I'm gonna go tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna go to a running class. So yeah, I'm just kind of quickly putting on just some light makeup. You know, I don't like getting makeup all over the clothing, but I do feel like I need a little bit because probably because I'm tired and didn't get a ton of sleep, but I just feel like I look a little bit pale. So I'm just using the makeup that I have sitting at my upstairs vanity, which is the Dior Forever Correct Concealer, and then I've got this Dior Contour Stick. And I moved up all this makeup to this vanity upstairs in my guest room, and I never sit here and do it. I think I need to change out the makeup here. I think that's why, because I've developed some new favorites and stuff. I still don't really know how to manage like my everyday vanity with my filming area. I mean, I know this is like a YouTuber problem, but you know, all of my makeup is downstairs in my filming area, and then this everyday vanity, you know, it just doesn't have like my latest makeup, the stuff that I want to use. And I'm just not organized enough to like be bringing stuff up and down and back and forth or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna have to accept the fact that I'll just be doing my makeup in my filming area and not have this vanity here, which is fine too. I just wanted to try this out. I don't know if you guys remember that vlog, but I moved like a little vanity up here into this guest room because I'm like, oh, it's just be nice to sit, well, someplace different than where I film. But this room is right next to my room, which is, you know, where I get ready, where I get dressed and everything. So it'll just be nice to have it in like a closer proximity. But yeah, I just don't know if it's gonna work out for me. Anyway, so a little contour, little concealer. Let me turn this mirrored light on. It's gonna look crazy in the camera. So yeah, I'm gonna meet Lori. Well, not meet Lori. I'm gonna go pick her up. We're gonna go to Town Square, do a little bit of shopping. And tonight I've got that Prada event. So they are going to be, I think, previewing a men's collection. And then they're gonna have like a little bit of a runway show type of thing. And I don't think it's gonna be as long as last night's event. We're not going out to eat or anything like that, but I think they're just gonna have like nibblies or whatever. So I think it'll be fun. Oh, I cannot wait to show you guys the shoes that I got last night. You can probably guess. because I did try on a bunch of varieties of it. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I need anything else. I think I'm fine. I think I'm just gonna put on a little bit of lipstick. So I've got my Sarah Creole. It's like this tinted balm. I love this guy. It is in shade Intuition, and it is The Adults Are Talking, like tinted lip balm. I'm actually gonna put on a little bit of her lipstick in CEO because I've got these dry patches, and a frosty kind of lipstick like this just sort of emphasizes it. So I'm gonna just kind of pat some of this down. So, sorry, did I finish my thought? Sorry. Woohoo! So yeah, I got a pair of shoes at Loewe. I'll show those to you later. They're so comfortable. Okay, it's about time. Let's go grab Lori. We are at Town Square. Hey, Lori. So we're gonna stop by Sephora first. They don't usually let me film in there.
Because they're weird.
Because they're weird. I know, I'm like, I don't know what they think we're doing. We're just promoting the store.
Where, what is it when criminals come and they like case the place?
Yeah, we're casing the place apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna come into Sephora, and if anything exciting happens, I'll let you know. Lori and I made it over to H&M, so I'm gonna be trying on some stuff. I think I told you guys I came here to get some tops that I could film in, but I basically got 3 pairs of pants and 2 tops. So we'll see. Hopefully something will work. Okay, top number 1, very basic tee, slightly cropped, boxy. And the stripes are, I don't know if you can tell, they're brown, not black, which is what kind of drew my eye to it. I like this. I think it fits nicely. Okay, top number 2, it's this very lightly quilted little open jacket. It's really cute. I like it. The sleeves are a little bit long, but I like the weight of it. This I can wear in Vegas for a while. But I don't think this is something I'd actually wear while I'm filming, which again is the point of this whole shopping excursion, but I do like this. I'll think about this. Okay, here are the leopard print culottes. They're just doing this weird, I don't know, can you see this weird part of the fabric? It's like sagging right there. It's so weird. It's just on this side. Okay, here are the leopard print balloon pants. These fit a little bit better. They've got pockets, elastic waist. The material is almost like a denim. They're kind of cute. I'm not sure. I'll think about these. And then here are these olive green harem pants. What do you think? They're comfortable. Super comfortable. I think they would look better with heels. I don't know. I'm gonna ask Lori what she thinks. Hey guys, I am back in my closet. So Lori and I both struck out at H&M. Neither of us got anything. We tried on all of this different stuff. Well, I showed you most of it. And we liked a lot of it, but we both agreed like neither of us were really, I don't know, like in love with anything that we tried on or excited about anything that we tried on. We were like, yeah, this looks nice. Everything felt very lukewarm. So anyway, we didn't get anything at H&M, and then we actually just stopped into a Japanese restaurant there for lunch. I was starving, so I got some ramen. Lori got a sushi roll and some edamame, and then I came home. So I'm actually getting ready to head back on out. I am headed back to the Strip tonight to go to a Prada men's presentation. And I just got dressed, so I thought I would show you my outfit for the evening. I've got this fairly old bowler style nylon shirt from Prada. I got this at a Prada in an airport. I want to say maybe it was Rome. I can't even remember anymore. Maybe it was Rome, but not positive. Anyway, I'm wearing this, and I have on a pair of Air or AYR jeans. They have a slight barrel to them. I think these are, I cannot remember the style name. Why can't I remember the style name? I love, love, love the style of these jeans because they have a very slight barrel leg to them. Why can't, anyway, these are some of my favorite jeans. I've talked about these endlessly on my channel. I'll link it down below. I apologize. I can't remember the style name. It's like broiling hot outside, so I was like, how can I tone down this like heavy black top? And then I just have my 2-strap Velcro sandals on. And then I was planning on bringing my brand new Bonnie bag. the small Bonnie that I got the last time I was at Prada with this hand painted linen. But I don't know, it just didn't look quite right with what I was wearing. I was like, I feel like I need like a black bag. So I whipped out my Explore bag. So I'm gonna bring this. I feel like this is a better match to what I'm wearing, either crossbody or on the shoulder or in my hand or whatever. It just feels way too short. Did I shorten this? I must have. And I'm feeling casual today. I'm a little tired. I'm a little bit dragging from my late night last night, but I am excited for this. I'm very excited for this men's presentation. I don't think tonight is going to be like a whole thing like last night was. I think this is just, you know, like a nice presentation at the Prada store, and that's it. There's no dinner afterwards or whatever. So my husband and I are trying to figure out what we're going to do for dinner since we'll be at Crystal's. It's a good opportunity maybe to eat somewhere in Aria. They've got that great food hall upstairs. What is it called? Proper Eats? I think it's called the Proper Eats Food Hall. That's taken the place of the buffet that used to be there, that closed during COVID. Anyway, there's Parm there at that food hall, which is like the simplified, kind of like dumbed down version of Carbone, which we love. Some of our favorite Italians. So we may go there. There's also Bazaar Mar, but I don't know if I feel like seafood. Bazaar Mar is in Crystals. And then what else is at Aria that is like kind of low key? Oh, there's Moneyline Pizza. That's right next to the poker room at Aria. That's a really good option. Their pizza's very, very good. But yeah, all the other restaurants in Aria are kind of like higher maintenance. You know, like you need a reservation, a little bit fancier, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm just sort of in a low key mood tonight. So I think we'll either do the food hall or the pizza place. That's my guess. But I always tell my husband, it's up to him. I'm really not that picky. He's not that picky either, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see where we end up.
I still remember the feeling. I wanna dance till I can't no more. All of this time I've been dreaming on the dance floor. I still remember the feeling. I wanna dance till I can't no more. All of this time I've been dreaming on the dance floor. Tell me you still remember. One day we'll be together. It's you and me forever. Dreaming on the dance floor.
I just remembered I did not show you what I picked up at Loewe. So I tried on a whole bunch of stuff, and I think what prompted like the direction that I was shopping in was getting ready before the event. I really just don't have a lot of Loewe shoes, so I was really focused, really focused on the shoes. Usually when I walk into Loewe, I'm really focused on the handbags because their leather is so incredible. They're ready to wear, obviously, and yeah, it was like I made a beeline for the shoes, and then this was actually like the clincher. My sales associate there, Tilly, you guys know and love Tilly, she was wearing the shoes that I ended up getting in a different heel height and a different color. But I was like, what are you wearing? Those are adorable. So I got a pair of shoes, and these were basically the first ones that I tried on. And they were like the right size and everything. And there was another pair of shoes that I wanted. The loafers that I tried on, the super soft loafers with that toggle off to the side. I wanted them in either like the camel color or the black. And I started leaning towards the black, and they only had size 38 and I'm a size 39. But like the leather is so soft, like the 38 was okay. But I was like, I would feel better if I tried on the 39s and felt like, you know, like what that felt like, what the 39s would feel like on my feet. So Tilly's actually gonna try and hunt those down for me. So I didn't get those, but I did end up getting the origami kitten heels. I Love these so much. So they've got that square toe, it's squared and angled, and then it has this piece just sort of laying over the top, and then it's got this really geometric heel, and I love it. And it even has this detail where this heel is kind of hollowed out. It just looks super duper cool. And I think like we were all in agreement that I had to get this color because it's so unique. It's like a dark brown. It's kind of like has a little bit of purple in there. Like there's a lot of red in this brown. So it's more like a raisin color. And it's so comfortable. And there isn't a ton of like logoing or anything like that. So Loewe is embossed right here and that's it. So it's not like gold lettering or anything like that. So I really like the subtlety of them. I'm really loving anything that's a slide because I oftentimes have issues with shoes because of how narrow my heels are. So, you know, heels that are pump, you know, they have the full back or whatever, you know, sometimes they feel fine everywhere except like my heel slips. It's just annoying. And then when I get a shoe where the heel fits, it's too tight up front. So yeah, I'm just really loving anything that I can just slide my foot into because I just don't have to think about it. It's like getting cropped pants, having shorter legs. It's like, I just don't even have to think about it. I don't have to think about getting them shortened or whatever or adjusted. It's the same thing with like shoes. As long as it fits like width-wise, then I'm good. Oh, and just to show you the geometric angling there too. It's just really cool. And this does remind me of the Bottega slides that came out like years ago. But the Bottega, it had like a very similar kind of like squared off toe. I can't remember whether or not it was angled or not. Maybe it had an angle. Maybe it was like a little less angled. Anyway, what always not bothered me, but you know, the Bottega stuff, everything is kind of like that woven, the, what is it called? Intracciato? Am I making that up? The intracciato. Anyway, there's always that heavy weaving and I always wanted something simpler. Like I really liked that silhouette of shoe, but I always wanted something simpler and I feel like Loewe answered my call. Here they are. Aren't they so cute? And I'm always afraid that, you know, I'll get a shoe home and because I liked what I tried it on with, which I really did when I went to Loewe, I had my pants on and everything and they looked great with the pants. I'm like, is it only gonna look good with the pants or is it gonna work with other stuff? So I was pretty sure that these were gonna work with, you know, jeans and, you know, other pants that I have or whatever. So I think they do look really cute with jeans. So I did just wanna show you. So they look a little bit big in the heel, like back here, but these only come in whole sizes. And the black pair that I tried, I think, yeah, so these are 39. The black pair that I tried are 38s. The heel came off a little bit and then the toe box was way too tight. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with a little bit more, more hanging out of the shoe versus my heel hanging off and a more comfortable toe box. So yeah, I was hoping they had half sizes, but they only made these in whole sizes. So I did just want to share with you my experience at the Loewe event and then at the Prada event yesterday. The Prada event was so great. Sorry, I forgot I didn't give you like the lowdown on that, the breakdown. But that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. That was the first time they did anything like that, like kind of like a runway situation, but it was more just like a presentation of the clothing. And they did it in New York and the managers and everyone over here in Vegas, they were like, why can't we do it in Vegas? So they brought it over here and it was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was great to see, you know, the clothing. I love seeing it modeled. I love seeing it in motion. I think it's just such an important way to experience the clothing. You know, we're like on Instagram so much where we see the clothing like in still life, or when we're shopping, we see it on the hanger. And oftentimes, like we've already made up our mind, like 95% at that point, whether or not we like it or whatever. But really it's like the trying on of it or whatever. So it's really nice to see stuff in motion. Anyway, that's my point. It's really nice to see, especially clothing, in motion and in real life or whatever. So it was nice to see it on the men, like walking down or whatever. My husband was like gagging. He was like, I want every single outfit. He was like, if we were like uber wealthy, he was like, I would just be like, yes, I want every single piece in my size. So he was loving it. And it was just, yeah, it was just really nice. It just had that sort of, I feel like at this point, this is such an overused term, but it really had a very like quiet luxury feel to it because it was such rich fabrics. Like almost everything was a leather or a suede, but it had a really casual cut to it. Like my favorite, if you guys remember from the looks, the very last one before they all came out, the very last look is this gray, like short sleeve button front shirt with shorts. It was like a matching set. That was all leather. And it was this really, really like soft, like really interestingly treated leather. It was just really, really cool. So it had that quiet luxury element to it, which I think is just, it's great for men. I mean, a lot of men, I don't mean to generalize, and I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone, but most men, they don't wear like really loud clothing, right? It's usually kind of understated, at least, you know, my husband especially, he just likes stuff that's like not a lot of labels. He doesn't want to come in like, you know, announcing anything or whatever. He just likes things that look nice, things that are really comfortable. I feel like comfort is really big. I mean, that's really big for me too. It was just a really great presentation, and it was so fun. But what I wanted to mention was between last night and at Loewe, I just met the most amazing people. So at Loewe, I can't remember if I mentioned this, but I'll say it again because it's worth repeating. I met the executive chef at the Eiffel Tower restaurant, her very good friend who's so interesting, and another woman that I met there. She is an entertainment attorney at Disney. And so it's just these really, you know, energetic, intelligent women who could hold a really good conversation. We had a lot in common between, you know, our love of whatever brand we were there for, but just our general love of fashion. And at Loewe especially, because we had that dinner, so we could really talk a lot and like get to know one another. We all had just really similar passions. Like we were all talking about like traveling and food, and especially with the executive chef and food, and it was just a lot of fun. I haven't had that much fun in a long time here in Vegas because, you know, I've talked about this on my channel before. It's been hard to connect with people. I think a lot of it is you know, you're at a certain age, you kind of have your close-knit group, your community, you know, whatever you've built, or you have your family. And then coming to a place where most of Las Vegas is suburbs, and you know, people live very siloed. We're in our cars, you're in your house. So you really have to make an effort to meet people, where I didn't feel that way when I lived in New York. I think like living in New York and living in Manhattan, like right there you have a lot of commonality. There's a lot to talk about just in that, and I don't feel that way here in Las Vegas. But yeah, over just the past 2 nights, I feel like I've just met people that I've never come across before in Vegas, and it was just really, really nice. So last night at Prada, I met a woman, and she was great. She actually reminded me of one of my cousins, but she was great. She just introduced herself. She's like, "Are you locals?" I said, "Yeah." That's a very popular question here in Vegas because so many people are either tourists or they're very transient. Like, yeah, they live in Vegas, but like only part of the time. And so that's like, usually, I feel like in New York, the first question you ask someone upon meeting them is like, "What do you do?" or whatever. Here is, "Are you a local?" which is, do you live here in Las Vegas? So anyway, she was like, "Are you local?" I said, "Yeah, we're locals." I said, "Are you?" She's like, "Yeah, local, you know." And so she moved here from LA, and I told her, you know, we moved here from New York, and she was like, oh my God. She's like, "I bet we have so much in common." So anyway, we exchanged like contact information, and then she was there with some friends. She introduced me to her friends. They had brought their Frenchie, so the Frenchie was adorable, by the way, which you saw. And then it was one of the gentlemen, it was their birthday, and Prada celebrated that. Anyway, it was just a really good time. I just feel like over the past 2 evenings, these 2 experiences, I feel really optimistic about Las Vegas. I know that sounds so weird because I've been living here almost 10 years, which I cannot believe. At the end of this year, it'll be 10 years. And not that I've ever been like down on Las Vegas, but I've always considered myself a New Yorker. I usually have these thoughts of like kind of comparing it to New York or the people to New York, which is stupid, right? Every place is different. Every place has its ups and its downs, has its pros and its cons. But I've always kind of compared it to New York, and I feel like I've like let that go a little bit, and that's kind of opened up this whole brand new world. I don't know, it's very strange. It's very strange. I don't know if anyone has ever made like a big move later on in life where so much of their identity was tied to where they live. Like so much of my identity is tied to being from New York, being a New Yorker, even, you know, I grew up in Jersey, but I started living there when I went to college, and just those experiences molded me, you know, into who I am. I feel like a lot of people have like families, they could say that about their families, their upbringing, their parents or siblings, their extended family, whatever it is. Just like a lot of, you know, things that contribute to someone's identity. For me, the biggest was living in New York City. The people that I met that when I was there, the experiences that I had. So I just really identify with New York and being a New Yorker and coming from New York. And I feel like while I'm still really proud of that, I'm a proud New Yorker. And it's so funny to say because the Knicks just won the championship. And so there's all of this stuff on social media about like New Yorkers and how proud New Yorkers are of New York and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I think I've had to, oh my God, this is almost like my closet talk, where I think I felt like if I really embraced Las Vegas or really tried to make some connections or put down some roots in Las Vegas, that I was almost like, I don't know, like cheating, betraying New York in a way in my mind. And I was kind of having this epiphany, you know, when I was cleaning out my closet, where it felt like I was holding on to clothing or whatever for all the wrong reasons. And I kind of feel the same way, where if I make new connections in Las Vegas, it doesn't mean anything about my past in New York or who I am or where I've come from or anything like that. And while I've never actively felt that way, I've never actively like had those thoughts like, I can't settle into Las Vegas because I'm a New Yorker. I've never had those thoughts like consciously, but I think there always has been a little part of me that's kind of held me back from really just like settling into Vegas. Even after buying a home, again, living here for almost 10 years, I do have really, really good friends. Like I've really like hit it off with Lori. I love, as you guys know, I love Risa. I've got my friends that I go out to eat with all the time, but I don't feel like I've really, really like, I don't know, accepted. I don't know, gosh, I don't know if I can articulate this properly, but like, just like moving forward in life, I feel like, yeah, like a little bit of me has kind of put myself on hold for a little bit here in Las Vegas. And I've, you know, of course I have fantasies of like living in both cities, like having a place in New York, having a place here and kind of going back and forth or whatever, or just, you know, eventually moving back to New York. But I think that's kind of held me back a little bit here in Las Vegas. And so I've started to let that go a little bit. You know, it's like kind of earlier this year where I had that feeling, probably because I'm like, I need to not travel as much. I want to like nest a little bit more and really like, you know, do the things that I've been wanting to do to this home. And so maybe that is what sort of prompted this like kind of deep dive into how I feel about Vegas, how I feel about living here and all of that stuff. And Vegas has changed a lot too. So I don't know, I feel like I'm starting like a new chapter here in Las Vegas. And like the past 2 nights have just been this sort of like signal in a way. Am I making any sense whatsoever? I don't usually express stuff as they're coming up in my brain because I'm not very articulate. I usually have processed a lot of my thoughts, a lot of what's going on, any problems I'm dealing with, like I'll process it mentally, and then when I'm ready, like it comes out of my mouth. But right now it's just sort of coming out of my mouth. So I don't even know if I'm making any sense. I hope I am, but it's been very, very interesting because I feel like I've been having this thought for a while of like, I need to kind of like let go of my past a little bit, but not to say like goodbye to New York, but just like, okay, like we're flipping the page. So yeah, so when I started thinking or having these thoughts, like, you know, I need to really like open myself up a little bit more here in Vegas. You know, I feel like I've been going through the motions. Maybe that's the best way to put it. Just been kind of going through the motions. Like if you want to meet people, you got to go out. It's like, okay, I'll go out. But if you're not open to it, nothing's actually going to happen. So I feel like you know, since, like I said, like since the beginning of the year, I've just been having this thought more and more and just sort of being a little bit more open. And then these last 2 nights, I'm like, oh wow, like I feel like it's paid off in a way, or I'm being shown that like, yes, you can like put roots down here in Las Vegas. You can have a life here in Vegas as fulfilling as the life that you had in New York. It's completely different. These 2 cities are completely different. So anyway, I just wanted to share those really random thoughts with you guys. But yeah, it's just really great. I just had a lot of fun these past 2 past 2 nights. Yeah, I'm just meeting like great people. I feel like I have like deep conversations with you guys on this little bench area that I have in my closet where we sit down to put our shoes on. I feel like I need to get like a pillow here, like a little decor pillow, just to make it a little cozier, like a little chatting nook. And don't forget the RéVive sale that is going on right now. And I'll put the dates and all of the details down below in the description box. I'll probably pin a comment too, because I think that's easier to see. I'll do that too. So description box, pin comment, it'll all be down there. It's such a great time to pick up like some amazing skincare products, your favorites, or if you're new to RéVive, try out some of my favorites that I mentioned or whatever. I think you'll love it. So anyway, subscribe down below if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.